Hello and welcome to the Crafty Princess Diaries podcast. Today is January 19th, 2015, and this is episode 13 entitled, let me look at my show notes so I get this right, To See or Not to See FOs. And that is because I have a number of finished objects that I already sent off to their recipient, and I don't have those with me. However, now that I have decided to start editing using iMovie Maker, I'm going to attempt to put those at the end of the podcast. As usual, you can find show notes at tammypowley.com, tammypowley.com. And over on the show notes, I usually try to put in timestamps. So if you wanted to zip near the end to see the pictures of the finished objects that I'm talking about, and I may even put a few more pictures in there as well, I'll put them at the end of the podcast with a little bit of music or something. I'm still learning how to edit, so definitely you can see things will be a little choppy sometimes. I have the captions down, but otherwise I'm still kind of, learning how to do this on the fly. Today my husband's home, so you might hear some banging around. I did tell him I'm going to attempt to record, and I thought about closing the door to this room, but my cats are kind of like coming and going, and anyone who has a cat, or a dog for that matter, or a young child knows that you do not close doors, because then they must come inside, correct? Alright, so welcome back to all of my previous viewers, and welcome to new viewers. I have a number of people who have joined the Ravelry group, and also who have subscribed. Last time I checked, this morning, the Ravelry group was at 99 people. We need 100 people there, okay? Because I have a giveaway going on for January 2015, and for every 50 people who join the Ravelry group and who also subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is over 100, I can't remember the exact number, but for every 50 people I will pull a prize. And so, hey, we need one more person at least, right? 99, come on. Right? So if you are not on my Ravelry group, get on over there. I will attempt to put the URL down here, but also if you just go to tammypowley.com, I'll have them linked right in there. So just a quickie on the giveaway. Again, I'll have more information linked on the show notes, but basically it is related to all types of crafting, not just yarn related, even though obviously Ravelry is a fiber related community. But if you're more interested in jewelry making, or maybe you are, I don't know, paper arts, non-fiber, feel free to come over there too. With the craft group, the Crafty Princess Diaries podcast and blog group over there is really for any type of crafter who wants to come and hang out with us and ask questions and just talk about crafting. And so when I pull the prizes, as I've said before, I'm going to wait to see who the winners are, and then depending on your choice of hobby, your choice of craft, I will select a prize. So for example, if you are a cross stitcher and you don't crochet, I'm not going to send you a crochet book. Okay, so that kind of thing. I'm going to try to gear the prizes to the winners. And with that said, we have a knit prize. It's a free a downloadable pattern that has already been donated by Linda Browning, and her website is tinyknit.com, tinyknit.com, and she has already donated, so that's one knit related prize right there. If anybody else, if there are any other vendors or designers that want to join in, and like I said, I've been posting this on my podcast, it's on the blog, I mentioned on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, so you'll get a little bit of exposure, and it's nice to give away good stuff. And her Linda's patterns are beautiful and very well priced, so definitely if you're a knitter or you're thinking about knitting, because I think some of her projects, her patterns look like they're not necessarily super difficult, because as some of you may know if you've been watching this, I'm a fairly new knitter. Also, let's see, show notes. Oh, by the way, if you saw my last episode, my fingers are better. Yay. It's a little teeny scar, and it's still like a little scabby thing, but I can crochet again and do stuff, and it's not driving me crazy. Yay, no more Band-Aid. Let's see. let's see, reminder. So I have the giveaway. We also have a craft along going on over at the Ravelry group, and that's just for the Ravelry group. If you're a YouTube person and you're not part of the group, you need to join us to be participating in the craft along. There's a post, there's actually 2 posts over there. One is for chatter, so you can chitty chat all you want about it, and one is set up so that you can post whatever you're working on as far as the craft along, which is a visit or revisit. So that means either you come in and you try a new craft that you've never tried before, as in visiting it, or you're revisiting a craft as in trying it again that you haven't done in a while. So if you go over to the Ravelry group and check on that link, all the details are there, and I will also be giving out a prize for participating. And it's super easy. We already have a few people that have done some cool stuff over there, so definitely hang out and go check it out. Let's see, so my tip, I usually start with a tip, and this tip is kind of related to a finished object, so we're kind of going into both here. As some of you know, I do a lot of jewelry making, and I've had sort of not been doing it for a while because of having to get to the supplies that I need, and I can't just leave stuff out because my cats get into stuff too much, and I have dogs too, so it's not, you know, it's not conducive to just starting a necklace and leaving it out. And I've had to keep my guest room ready for guests because we have a relative who is going to be moving into the area, and she would come and, you know, check out houses and then go and back and forth. Well, she finally got her house, yay. She closed on it this week. But even then, there's still a lot of stuff in there. There's a big old bed, and it's not a huge room. So it occurred to me, hey, I want to make jewelry. So this is a little tip if you're like me and you need to make jewelry portable, or even there could be other things like that you're having trouble with portability, because that's one of the things with yarn type stuff. Knitting and crochet is much more portable. Get yourself some kind of box. Now this box I got from 31. Full disclosure, I used to be a 31 consultant. I'm not anymore. And so this one is a 31 thing, and I think they still have it. I don't even remember what it's called, honestly. But you can find similar items at Target, Walmart, other direct sales companies sell this type of stuff, so it's not anything unique to them. But let me show it to you. It's got pockets here. So for example, I have a few tools in here. Okay, so these are things that I don't have to worry about really. It's not a big deal if a cat gets hold of a tool. It's got this lid, and the lid snaps over here. It doesn't snap over here. I kind of wish it did on both, but anyway, this one doesn't do that. But so the lid comes off, and then inside I have a bead tray, my silicone, some beads. I have a bunch of stuff. So anyway, what I did the other day is I put everything in here that I wanted to do to make a necklace, and then I brought it into a room where my dogs were hanging out. And there's a little table, side table in there, so I sat there, and they helped me a little bit. I had, of course, little dude especially has to he's Mr. Nosy Posy. Rocky Boo Boo is also a nosy posy. Jasper, my other dog, he was chilling on the couch. He was just like, whatevs, I'm going to sleep, so he was cool. So they came over and kind of nosed around a little bit, but for the most part, they settled down, and I was able to make a necklace, and here it is. This is a seed bead necklace. This charm is a sterling silver moon charm that years ago I used to do a lot of lost wax casting, and this is one of the charms I made when I used to cast. Otherwise, let's see, these are just regular seed beads, or size 11 seed beads, and I just did a double strand, so I had to use 2 needles. I used 2 size 12 needles, and then these are little 3mm silver colored check crystals, and then I put a couple of 6mm Swarovski crystals here in the middle to help sort of anchor, you know, so that way the charm stays in the center. And this was strung on silicone. I was going to originally do like more of a netting type, you know, weaving pattern, but when I got when I found this charm, which I've had forever, I thought, well, you know, I really want something that just doesn't take away from the charm. And anyway, I have a few other necklace project ideas that I'm thinking of, but this was just super simple, and yeah, I like it. I tend to wear a lot of necklaces. I've noticed that have, you know, like a charm in the center. And I thought, you know, I need to make some more of those because that tends to be what I gravitate to when I want to wear jewelry that I've made. Or even less, I've noticed like I have a lot of that are just like a chain with a pendant. I have a lot of that you know, somebody bought for me or I've purchased or whatever. So I'm going to make more of those. And yeah, turned out pretty nice. So that's one of my finished objects. And let's see, the other finished object, I kind of jumped ahead here because I was going to go over acquisitions, but I do have some acquisitions and I'll kind of put those in together, I guess. Other finished objects, these are the ones I can't show you, some baby hats. I showed you one that had the flower last time and the headband. Okay, so I made that one. That was the, I think that was the sweet pea or the Wheeler hat. Anyway, I've been making, there's a sweet pea hat and a Wheeler hat. Both of them are projects from the Craftsy.com Hats Four Ways class. And of course I'm a grand aunt. I have a grand niece. Okay, so my niece had a baby, so I've been making stuff for the baby. And let's see. So I made a couple of hats using, was it Knit Picks Mariner color? I think it was like Mariner. Yeah, Mariner color, so it's like a turquoise. I showed those last time. I also used some Vanish Choice in a rose color. I showed them last time, but they were not finished. So anyway, they were finished. I sent them on their way, and yes, so I have them to show you. So those will be shown, hopefully, if my editing skills are up to snuff, those will be shown at the end in like a little video montage. And they fit the baby. That was nice to hear that the headband fit and the hats fit, so I might whip up a few more. Alright, so I already showed you the beaded necklace. The other finished object I have is, again, baby related. Woo! Get your sunglasses on. Yeah, it is that bright. My niece likes bright colors, so, and honestly, I don't know, this green is more lime green than I expected it to be, but yeah, it's cute. This is also a Craftsy pattern that I made from a class I took. It's called Beyond the Rectangle, and there's just one, I put one little snap here. Alright, so the snaps are a pain in the badooski, and I'm a little afraid to put buttons on for just a newborn baby. So this is part of my acquisitions. I got some yarn. This is what's left over here. Here's the, let's see, let me find the info on the yarn, because it's called Patons Astra. A-S-T-R-A. Okay, it's Patons. Everybody's familiar with Patons. This one is called Fun and Games. It's a variegated turquoise, green, pink, purplish stuff. And this one, no big surprise, called Hot Green. It is, I mean, this baby wearing this thing, like if you probably turn the lights off, you would see the baby wearing that's super bright. I am not thrilled with this yarn. I had never used it before. Somebody for my birthday gave me a gift card to Joann's.com, and there's not a Joann's around here. I have to go to another county to go to a Joann's. So, and they were having a sale, you know, they had 30-something% off, they had $1.99 shipping, you know, over the holidays, so I splurged on some baby yarn, decided to try something I hadn't tried before, which was the Patons. It's a lot thicker. This is supposed to be a light number 3, and to me, it's thicker than I kind of expected. Like, if you compare this to Bernat baby yarn, this seems thicker. So this is, you know, and of course it's crochet, but it's, you know, it's just bulkier than I would like. I've made this before, and I used some, I remember, DK weight. It calls for DK for the pattern, by the way, and, you know, I don't always follow instructions. I'm a bad person, right? And so anyway, it's just, this is to me more like a jacket than a sweater feel. It's just a little bulkier than I really had hoped it would be, because the yarn was bulkier than I expected. But this is a really simple pattern if you want to make something. I mean, I would say the class that I took, Beyond the Rectangle, sorry for the crinkling, has that pattern in it, and it's super easy, very, very fast, super easy to make. So I'm, you know, I know that the baby's not that big, but I'm going to go ahead and send it pretty soon anyway. But yeah, I was kind of not in love with that yarn. It's not as soft as I would like it to be. Even after I washed it, it's not as soft as I would like it to be. So, also, I guess acquisition related, and this is kind of semi-related to projects. Also, I bought at the same time some baby soft yarn. This is in the Circus Print colorway. When I saw this online, I thought it was more pink and purple. I didn't see all the other colors, but I'm pleasantly surprised. I have used baby soft before, and see, this is a 3, and look at that. I mean, there's a big difference. Oh, look if I could show these together, hanging off here. I mean, this is supposed to be a 3, and this is 3. If you saw them in person, you would see what I'm talking about, but this is thinner than this. This is just too bulky. So, interesting enough, I bought the baby soft because I had because I had planned to make a baby kimono. Line Brand has a free pattern, and I have been pleasantly surprised with most of the Line Brand free patterns that I've downloaded and used over the years. And so I got this because this is what they used, and I wanted to make something similar. But after making the sweater, and now, you know, I'm learning to knit, and I'm not, you know, super experienced, but I kind of was like, you know, I think I'm going to try to knit a baby sweater, because I want the material, the fabric I weave, to be thinner or more drapey, that you can, and you just really, I know that there are crochet patterns that you can get more of a drape, and of course if you change the yarn and the hook size, all that can be a big difference, but you really cannot compare some stitches, some crochet stitches, to knitting stitches. So the pattern looks pretty easy. I read it over. I think I can do it, but I am going to make a big size, and again I'll show you that in a minute, because it's obviously I haven't finished it because I just started it. The other thing that is kind of an acquisitions, which is kind of funny, is at first it doesn't seem yarn related, but give me a minute. All right, I got this. This is a unique makeup bag. I'm not going to unzip it because it would be, I should have unzipped it before I started recording, because the sound of the zipper would like blow your earbuds out. But there's 2 sections to it. The reason why I ended up getting this little bag is because I had done a party, I had done a unique party, and as a hostess for a unique party, if you have at least a $200 total sales for the party, you get what they call Y Cash, which is free credit towards whatever products, and also you can get a half off of any product, and that includes the collections. And they have these collections that are like basically, you know, grouped together, beauty and makeup products and stuff like that, and when they're grouped together you get I think it's like a 20% discount when they're all put together. Well, full disclosure, I'm a unique presenter now. I dumped 31 for unique, and so I had, even though I don't get my commission on it, it was still a good deal. Plus I had my half off, right? So I went ahead and got called a can't remember, a skin collection. It's basically got like, you know, cleaner, moisturizer, rose water, which is kind of interesting. I have never used it before, and it feels really good. But anyway, it came with this bag, and at first I was like, all right, because I'm a bagaholic. Hey, I was a 31 consultant. I got bags, girls and boys. I got the bags. But then I realized, you know what? This is really a good project bag, especially for like now I want to make a whole bunch of hats for my little grandniece. So anything that you have with circular, I mean, definitely crochet would fit in here in a heartbeat, but anything with circular knitting needles would fit in here really nicely. And let's see, I will attempt, I'm going to unzip this. I said I wasn't, but let's see. So hopefully it won't be too loud. I'm unzipping, unzipping, unzipping. Okay. It's really pretty inside. See how purpley, velvet, you know, it's real soft. So anyway, I'm probably going to use this and make some, I'm either going to use it to make a bunch of hats, or also, like I said, I'm starting on the kimono, which I guess I'll kind of go into that. These are, so that's my finished objects. I made the necklace and the baby cardigan. By the way, the baby cardigan, I used a size G crochet hook for that. And yeah, the yarn that you saw, I used almost all of the yarn. I had 2 skeins of the variegated and 1 of the green, and that's just almost, I think I have 1 small little thing of this, the variegated left, other than this one. It's even smaller, so I used those up. But yeah, so my other thing, oh, and just here's another tip. I meant to mention this before. Again, 31 related, but if you, this is another idea for portability as far as things like any type of craft. This is a, it's supposed to be for jewelry, like if you're traveling, you know. I don't travel hardly at all. I'm not much of a traveler, and I don't have a lot of reason to travel, and it's not easy because I have a menagerie and like a full-time job and all that good stuff. So I got this on a flash sale from 31. Normally, I think it was $30 or so, 30, 35, something like that. And I got it for 10 bucks. And it opens up and it's got all these fabulous little pockets, okay? And you can hang it. It's got a little hanging thing here at the top. So they have these pockets in here, like, okay, there's actually duplicates. So you could have, how's this? They got little zippery, you can zippery close this, or you can use, these have double pockets. There's a seat. So you could, there's a pocket in there, and then there's another pocket here. And I saw this because actually my sister has been using this for her jewelry making stuff, because she's been traveling so much. And I think she was in episode 5 with me, doing a podcast with me. I'm pretty sure it's episode 5. If you go back, she was showing her guitar string jewelry that she makes. And if you watch that, she sold her house. Yay, Terry! So finally they sold their house after, I don't know, maybe a year in Kentucky. Okay, so she finally sold her house, so hopefully she won't be having to travel around with her jewelry making supplies like this so much. But this is another thing I thought I could use for jewelry making, or other types of things that I want to, you know, make more portable. And hey, yeah, wait for those flash sales and clearances, okay, with 31. Don't pay full price, people, right? So yeah, this was, like I said, this is the idea behind this is you're supposed to, you know, if you travel, you could put your jewelry and maybe your makeup and stuff in here, but great project bag, or also, you know, supply type bag for crafters. All right, so my works in progress, like I said, where is it down here? Okay, like I said, the kimono. So Lion Brand also has, besides a free pattern for a crochet baby kimono, they also have one for a knitted kimono, okay? And actually, I think they have a couple of them, because basically they have the same patterns, and then all they do is they change the yarn that they use, okay? This one is for Microspun Comfy Kimono, it's called. And it's, like I said, it's free. That's not a very good picture of it, but, and this is free, so I can show you guys this. Basically, the first thing you do is you make this square, okay, and then you have this, and you kind of stitch them together. So it doesn't look too bad, and I went ahead and started it because I actually had the needles already, and for the most part, I do like I love the colors that are coming out with this. And this is more the fabric that I want for a sweater. It's much more drapey. You can already tell, you know, I've only done it a little bit. I just started this yesterday, and I think I'm going to frog it for a couple of reasons. First of all, I thought I was going to make the 12-month. And the 12-month is supposed to be, the first part is supposed to come out at 10.5 inches. And this is like barely 10. Like if I really pull it, it's 10. And no, I did not do a swatch. I know. No, I didn't swatch. And I'm not going to swatch through this. This is like a big old square that's got 2 ties on it. I'm swatching for this. All right, so just calm down, swatch police. All right. So yeah, so it's not really as big as I wanted. Plus, these, now that I've used and learned how to use the circular needles, these big straight needles, wow, these are like, big. And I was trying to, because, you know, I'm in front of the TV, because this is just stockinette, so it's just, you know, knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl. So last night I'm trying to do this, and I got a dog under my arm snuggling me, and just, these are big. And I have a bunch of needles. I'm very lucky. My mom, when she found out I was really seriously learning how to knit, she dug out through all her crafty stuff, and she gave me a whole bunch of fabulous needles. And really, I do like these. They're boys. Is this boys? I can't read that. I don't know. Can you? You probably can't. You cannot read that. I think they're boys. They're definitely size 8. If it weren't for the fact that I want to do this type of stuff sitting on the couch with a dog snuggling me, I would stick with these. But between the fact that they feel really awkward when I'm trying to just relax on the couch with a dog, and now I know how to use circulars, so you know the only thing is going to be weird using circular needles for something straight. So that's kind of something I'll just have to see if I can do it or not feel too weird. But yeah, so and then I'm going to go up a size. I think instead of trying to do, what was it, 12 month, because it goes 3 to 6, then 12, then 18, then 24. I think I'm going to go up to 18 because yeah, Auntie Tammy's not a fast knitter. I did this, I don't know, this probably was a few hours. And, you know, of course, I'm still comparing myself to crochet. I could crochet this in a couple of days, but I want to knit it. I want to attempt to knit it, and so I may as well go up to the 18-month size so that my little grandniece is not in college by the time this is finished. The other thing I am working on, again, you guys seen this, but I did get a little progress made, and that is the whale. It is, what's his name here? Richard M. or M. Richard. M. Richard, free pattern, the whale. This is from last episode I showed you guys, and I don't know if you can tell, but I am definitely making some progress. Actually, I think probably what I need to do at this point, it doesn't tell you to do it in the instructions, but I probably should go ahead and stuff the tail before I get too much further, because now I'm starting to do the decreases. So yeah, so he should be done pretty soon. So yeah, I'm working on the whale. The fan shawl is kind of set aside just because I want to get these other projects done, and I'm not a monogamous crocheter or knitter or yarny or crafty person, but if I just really want to concentrate on a couple of them because I want to get them finished. And that shawl that I've been showing you guys for the past few episodes, that's a big project. I want to make a full-size shawl, so you know there's just for me. There's not a big timeline on it or anything like that. So yeah, but yeah, I'm probably gonna frog the kimono and restart it, and like I said, maybe on some circulars. I do have it calls for size 8, and I happen to have size 8 circulars, and I don't know what cable I should put on. Probably I guess I should put it on a long cable. I think I have a 24-inch, so I don't want to, the 40s might be a little bit too much. I guess I may have to ask somebody in Ravelry about that. Yeah. Alright, so future projects real quick. More baby hats and headbands. I think the last episode I showed you the headband I made, and basically what I did is I started making a baby hat, and then just after doing like maybe 10 rows, I bound off, and then I added, I made a flower and added it to the headband, and so I made like a hat this big, just didn't finish the top part, bound off, cast off, okay, after 10 rows, added a little flower, and then that was a headband, and my niece said it fit her fine, so I probably am going to whip up a few more of those and send them with the cardigan. I just found that out today. So originally I was thinking, oh, I'm gonna get that cardigan in the mail, like this week, but probably I'll wait till next week so I can send a couple of extra hats and baby headbands. So that's in my future. Otherwise, I'm just, as far as projects go, definitely gonna keep working on the whale and tackle that baby knit kimono. And I have some more necklace ideas that I want. The seed beads are fun. It's kind of, with this craft along, it's been fun to think about, okay, what have I worked on in the past that I'd like to tackle again, and seed beads are one of those items. Yeah, bead weaving. Bead weaving's fun. It's inexpensive, not very difficult, especially if you've ever done any type of handiwork with a needle and thread. It's not real difficult. So I'm going to be kind of just working on that, maybe do a few more necklaces, and otherwise, yeah, that's it. So hang out for the montage, which I hopefully can fix. Yeah, I've been having a little bit of trouble when it comes to editing, getting the pictures in the place that I want them to be. So far I seem to be able to handle doing captions and also cutting and pasting sections out, though you can notice if the last time I did that it was like kind of choppy because I don't shut up enough to have space to cut out. But otherwise, the pictures, when I try to insert pictures, they don't go where I want them to go, but usually they tend to end up at the end. So I thought, well, I'll just let them all go at the end, keep the music going, and then that way you can see all the pictures together. So if you want to hang out for that. Otherwise, don't forget, come craft along with us. We have a few people already, and I'm going to be giving away, if I remember correctly, I'm going to be giving away a $5 pattern, you know, giftable pattern from Ravelry. And you don't have to finish making something. You don't feel like, oh, I can't put that pressure on me because I'm too busy right now, I won't be able to finish anything. It's already, the craft along's already started and goes all the way through the end of February, and it's more of a participation, okay? Just come and participate. Just start a necklace, start a cross-stitch project, just something that you have either never done before or you haven't done in a long time. And again, all the instructions and everything are over on the Ravelry group, and it's not difficult. I tried to make this a very general type of craft along that everybody could participate in and not have pressure of, I must finish this, you know, whatever it is. You don't have to finish anything. Just start it. Just start something. Just try it out. And then at the end of February, I will pull one person who will get a $5 giftable pattern for that. And then, of course, the other thing that I'm running is the give-along, or the giveaway. So a craft along and a giveaway. The giveaway is basically you just join the Ravelry group and or subscribe to my YouTube channel. So you can do both, and you can double dip. And in fact, if you want to double dip from my craft along into other craft alongs or knit alongs or whatever else is going out there, I'm cool with that too, by the way. So yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful week or two, and like I said, come and hang out with us at Ravelry. We have a nice group over there, 99 people so far, and some beautiful projects that everybody has started. And yeah, that's it. Have a nice week or two, and craft happy.